was involved in it, so that's how I know your first name. First and last name. But yeah. So I mean, it's like
what kind of nomad lives in a city for years on end? I lived in Germany for 3 years off and on. I lived in LA from 15 to 2020, 2021. I've lived in Texas since 2022 to 2024, 2025 now. What kind of nomad lives in places for years? Nomads, I thought, were like on the move. Maybe I'm not moving enough.
You're on the move. You just, you're kind of nomadic. You don't have no feelings for nobody. Like you do kind of, but like you have some people you kind of cherish, but then it's like people like all these girls, I be feeling sorry for them sometimes because they come into your life and they really think they're gonna stay. But every time, like, you be putting them on blast, you putting them on camera, and then, like, 2 years from now, we're gonna even forget who any of those girls were. Like they never existed. Like, they never happened. Like,
but at the moment, she was my girlfriend. I don't think I should be ashamed of her. Of course, I'm gonna put her on video with me talking because I'm proud of her. I want to brag about her. Now, she loses her mind and does some crazy shit. That's not me. That's her. And then a lot of y'all women are, be honest, a lot of y'all women are lying and cheating and sneaking around. When you get caught cheating, you get caught cheating. You got to run away. That's nothing to do with me. You can't blame me. You can't blame me because you get caught cheating.
What's considered cheating?
Well, when you're in a relationship and then you start dating Rico, that's cheating.
Wait. Okay. So they are supposed to be exclusively to you and nobody else?
Correct. That's why when you got pregnant, I didn't believe it was mine because I wasn't exclusive with you.
What the fuck? Okay. Anyway.
And you can't even say that I was exclusive with you. You're not going to even lie like that. That's why I respect you. That's why I respect you. You never tried to play me like I'm the only man you had sex with that year. You never tried to play me like that. You just wouldn't. You didn't say I wasn't, but you never said I was, which is great. No, let's be. If we're gonna be real, be real. Let's be real.
What type of drugs are you using right now?
I'm not doing any drugs. I'm chilling.
What kind of alcohol are you on? What you drink today?
I haven't been drinking.
You have. You've done something today. You actually didn't say you was drinking or something like that.
Oh, I mean, I was on a date earlier, and then me and her got drunk, and then we smashed, and whatever.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you sent her on her way?
Well, she had to go to work.
Oh, okay. What happened to that white girl that you was a Kanye West and what's her name?
Man, bro, I miss my white bitch too. I miss my white bitch.
Did she realize, oh my God, this man, he's just nothing. I can't do anything to make him bend. I can't make him pick me. He's not gonna pick me.
She didn't want to get picked up.
It's hard to get picked. And then they realize that they're not gonna get picked, and then they go on about their way. What happened to her? Why did she go away?
You want to know the truth?
I mean, you ain't gonna give me no long drawn out answer because I really don't care like that. But I mean, why she go away? She didn't stick around. I bet you if you would have made her feel like she was number one, she would have stuck around.
I mean, you said you don't want an answer. I don't know how to answer a girl that don't want to answer. I'm just saying.
Because she's somewhere with somebody right now in her life,
Yeah.
She's trying to find somebody to pick her.
You know what?
She realized that, so it didn't take her long to realize that she wasn't gonna pick her.
It was like about 2 years.
She was smart. She figured it out. Like, he's never gonna pick me. Let me get the fuck on, because this is a waste of my time.
What about what about the current dude she's with? Like, she didn't want him to pick her?
She probably realized she has more of a potential chance of him picking her than you, so she'd rather waste her time with him instead of you.
Possibly.
Yeah. He's the lesser of the evil.
That's crazy. You don't even know the dude. You know me. You don't even know him. I'm the more of the evil, which is insane.
Because you're really kind of out there without even knowing that you're out there.
I don't get that.
You're outside. Yeah, I know, because it went over your head. Because you outside with it, and if sometimes people can just see, they can just tell, because you just kind of like, you don't all the time, you're not talking to these women, you're talking at them. Like, you don't really care about none of these girls. You're a womanizer. There you go.
A whatanizer?
Womanizer.
Was that like a tenderizer? Like I'll be hitting bitches with mallets or what? What is that?
No, you're a womanizer.
I don't know what that is.
A womanizer is a man who, even though you can still be nice to a woman, that you don't really have no real value for them.
So I don't.
And they come and go. You get them and you toss them away, or when they go away, you don't really care too much, or you don't really fight for anybody. You don't care. You just kind of like, hey, I used you for sex, and we went out to eat, and okay, we ate some food together, but then it's like when you get in your zone, you just kind of narcissistic. You just try to think about yourself.
You know what I noticed about everything you just said? None of it was one-sided. Like, I didn't go out to eat by myself. I didn't get the fuck by myself. You got fucked. I fucked. You fucked. We both fucking. I'm having drinks by myself. I'm not having a drink by myself. Everything you name that I'm doing with somebody, we're both doing it, or however many people are with me. So it's like, so how is it not fair or even? Like I don't get where I'm the bad guy.
You have a very A-type personality, though.
Whoa! Wait! I don't understand. What does that even mean? I don't know.
Yeah, but as far as the girls, most of the time, most of these girls, some of them can be a little crazy. I mean, I don't know, because there's always an exception to the rule in every situation. You can always find an exception. But for the most part, most of these girls are just young, thinking they're doing something. They don't even know. By the time they turn the end of their 30s, early 40s, they're going to sit back and be like, damn, I was stupid as fuck.
Do niggas really date bitches in their early 40s? That's crazy.
I actually do. Real men do.
I don't know. I don't know one nigga that I know personally that was like, yeah, nigga, I was just with that 40-year-old bitch. Like, I don't know any nigga that was last night. Like, hey, bro, man, nigga, last night, me and that 40-year-old, I tore that 40-year-old pussy to shred.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know any, bro. Maybe all my friends niggas lie. Maybe niggas be lying to Rico because I don't know. None of my friends that tell me they be fucking.
Little boys and they're probably in their 30s too. You don't deal with nobody that's not no real men hanging out with a bunch of niggas in their 40s. Most 40-year-old men.
What do they do?
Already have their careers established.
So 40. So these niggas talk to each other and they be like, yeah, nigga, I was with that bitch. I was 40 something last night, nigga. I was put my gray, all my gray beard on that bitch.
Real men care about that, but don't no real men care about that. A real man care about the character, quality, and how a woman keeps herself up. Because there's some 40-year-old women that's killing these 20-year-old women, killing them.
Well, are they got these 40-year-old women? These 40-year-old
women born in the 80s, we're killing these little 20-year-old, 30-year-old girls.
Now, when you say killing them, does that mean when you say when you say you're killing them, does that mean that you guys can pull the men that they can pull and you guys got husbands and boyfriends?
No, husbands and boyfriends because they wouldn't be fucking around with you. Just throwing around their vaginas like they don't got no souls behind it.
Hey, look, some people just like fuck. You used to like fucking me.
No, talk about me. Hey, we're not talking about
you. You used to fuck the shit out of me. Oh my god. And I wasn't even really in, I wasn't really into white women. Like I wasn't even really into white women back then. I wasn't even really into white girls.
What are you saying? We're talking about right now.
I'm just saying I didn't know I was into white girls until I met you.
You don't know what you want to deal with. You're crazy.
You know what it is about you? Why? You know what it was? You had a really high tolerance for me. And that's what I'm thinking. Like I always think about if I should have just like married you, because as a man, you gotta marry the woman with the highest tolerance for you, your worst. And even at my worst, you were there. It took a black and Asian dude that had to talk you into leaving me alone, because you had my back when I was in jail. But then your black and Asian boyfriend made you leave me alone, or whatever. Y'all end up breaking up anyway. You might as well just stuck with Big Rico. You might as well just stuck with Big Reek, bro. You might as well just stuck with Reek. You might as well just stuck with Reek. Might as well.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. Might as well just stuck with Reek, bro. You know? But you did have a really high tolerance for me, which I really appreciated and I liked. And I think that made a big difference. And I feel like that was probably that in that window is when you were supposed to get married and have kids back then. But you study wrong, you study long. And you're right though. I was hoeing. I had a bunch of women and I thought I was in love in Arizona. And then when the snow came and I had seasonal depression in Michigan because it was dark. And I got to Arizona and it was sunny and it was warm. And I was like, I think I'm in love. I think Jesus wants me to get married. And it was really, I just had a mental disorder from seasonal depression because I've never been without sun my whole life until I lived in Michigan. And that made a big deal. That was a huge deal, So, I mean, but I think I should have. But at the end of the day, Quan, the fact that we're still talking, that's a beautiful thing. That's a huge thing. That's a beautiful thing, bro. It's beautiful.
I just think I never have any kind of bad blood to anybody that I used to date. Any of them I could talk to and be cool with. I just feel like I just can analyze people and see people for who they really are. Like I can really see who you are. But you kept a lot of things secret and hidden for so long. Which is kind of scary sometimes. It's like, dang, you really keep a lot of your life kind of very secret, but I guess you have to maintain the lifestyle that you live for whatever reasons. But
I mean, I'll be honest with you. My lifestyle is positive. I love being happy. I love peace, and I catch myself sometimes in situations with people that don't have peace within themselves and they want to, complain about me and bring me down, or complain or pretend that the issues they have are because of me. And I'm like, baby, you was an alcoholic before we met. You're saying I shouldn't have liquor in my house because you're here. That's not me enabling you. You should be able to control yourself as an adult. I'm not your dad. I went through that with Danielle. I went through that with my ex. You remember Danielle? And you know, today she calls me and she's really sick right now. And I'm like, what's wrong? You need some medicine? She's like, no, I'm going through withdrawals from alcohol and I'm throwing up for the last 2-3 days. And I'm like, weren't you supposed to start your new job? And it turns out, because she has a similar Democrat mindset as you, every time she's supposed to start working, her body has an allergic reaction and she starts throwing up everywhere. Isn't that? And she's not even African American. She's white and like Panamanian. Like she's not even. And it's just an American thing. It's like it's being in this the culture of the United States of, I don't know. It's just maybe too much TV. I don't know. But she calls me today. She's like, yeah, I'm sick. And I'm like, well, you're supposed to do some work for me today. I needed some help with some paperwork. And I haven't heard back from her because she's like, yeah, I'm throwing up all day. I'm having withdrawals. I was drinking too much wine. And I was like, how long have I been trying to get you to stop drinking liquor all the time? You're 95 pounds. Like, why are you drinking and not eating? And it feels like she's just trying to hurt herself. And you know what? When we and her were together and she was doing this, you know what everybody said? What are you doing to her, Rico? Are you stopping her from eating? Are you starving her? Are you beating her? And I'm like, what the fuck? She can't just be a grown-ass bitch that don't want to eat. I got to be doing something to her. I got to be the bad guy. What the fuck are we talking about? And that's the thing. I got tired of everybody pretending that I'm a father. I'm not a father. I'm not your dad. If you want to hurt yourself, starve yourself, that's your business. I'm not your dad. It's not my job to talk you off the ledge. You saw my homegirl Apple, right? You see my friend Apple from LA. You remember her from Love and Hip Hop? I know you know that. Yeah. Whatever. Apple's on the internet talking about, oh, I'm drinking and nobody took the keys and stopped me. Shut the fuck up, lying. I know her personally. You know how many times I done stopped her from drinking? I done stopped her from drinking and driving. Do you know how many times I done stopped her from drinking and trying to beat a bitch to death? You know how many times we didn't have to pull her off of people and stop her from fighting and stop her from driving? We did it for years. One day, nobody's there to stop her because we're exhausted. And she gets herself into nobody did nothing to her. She did it to herself. And I love her. But it is people removing responsibility and putting it on the man. But she doesn't have no man around her. So she'll put it on somebody else. She'll put it on anybody else. You know, my ex was doing that too. I'm enabling her. Oh, you got liquor in the house. Oh, you're partying too much. Oh, you're going out. So I go out with you. You're grown. You don't have any hobbies. Go get a life. You're not a rich, rich married woman. Just live. I work every day. You're just pretending you're rich. I'm not rich. You're definitely not rich. You know, and now she's doing that to herself and she's in another state. I'm not nowhere near her and nobody can blame me for what's going on with her. But wait, hold on. Trump signs order to cut funding for schools with vaccine mandates. Thank God. Shut the fuck. No, this will save children. This right here is what's killing them right now. I can't even say it. Vacations are killing kids. I'm watching them reading news reports every day. These two men are heroes. You know, that's the only thing I think about sometimes, Quan, when it comes to me and you. I'm like, fuck, bro. If we had kids, you would have definitely, when Nicole told you to inject yourself with poison, you would have did that to my son, and it kills men. It don't kill women. I mean, like, even when I got the COVID vaccine, my family and stuff, we were skeptical. We were very, very skeptical. We were like, I didn't want it at first. At first, I didn't want it. But a big, strong boy that would have been my son, it would have immediately deleted him. Immediately, it would have been done. It'd have been iced out. He'd have been not smoking on a Rico's baby pack. It would have been, you know. My big ass little boy. But the thing is, we would have fought in court. I wouldn't have let him live with you. But when he came to stay with you for a little bit,
somebody is blasting their music so damn loud outside. It's crazy.
I'm sorry. Can you put Quan on the phone? I don't want to talk to Karen.
What?
Karen, relax, Karen. It's cool, Karen. It's cool, Karen.
Like, all you hear is the bass here. But it's like it's constant. Like,
turn your music on so that way you won't hear it.
I just want them to go away. It's annoying.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, what's up with your girl, Crockett? That you were thinking there was some superwoman black bitch. Turns out she was getting a bunch of money from scamming the government, and that's how she has properties all over Texas. Jasmine Crockett. No wonder she don't want to get audited by the government. Another one of your heroes. Another one of your bullshit ass black heroes just fucking turned out to be a scam artist.
Another one. No scam artist. Lies. It's all lies. So who you like better, Drake or Kendrick?
Oh, Drake, of course. Kendrick doesn't even have a catalog that can compete with Drake.
Okay.
And Drake is, and yeah, think about it. Kendrick is a very small man that a gay man made a whole comedy skit about having sex with him. And he was like, all Kendrick could do is decide if it was consensual or not, which I can understand that because he's a very small guy. Not much he can't really fight the gay, he can't fight the Jewish man off. But in this situation, Drake has a catalog that's beyond belief. The only reason people were supporting Kendrick is because a lot of people have a hatred for white people and they see Drake as being white adjacent. So they're seeing that they support Kendrick or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the Kendrick shit is over. He dedicated the entire Super Bowl party to Drake. He literally created an entire halftime show dedicated to Drake. It was basically a huge glory hole blow bang. On one side of the glory hole is Drake. On the other side of the wall was Kendrick and Drake's ex-girlfriend, Serena, who literally took time away from her husband and children to go and dance in the name of her ex. What that means is that Drake won. And Drake didn't have to get on stage or anything. Actually, he's doing the show for FIFA, the soccer Olympics or whatever, which is like 100 times bigger than the NFL Super Bowl. Kendrick lost. Yeah, Kendrick should have focused the Super Bowl on his music. He should have brought out some special artists and special guests that he does features on. But because he's a selfish midget from California, he didn't want to pay he didn't want to pay nobody to come out and do no special features. You know who did the Super Bowl right? If you're going to do it, if you're going to be black, was Dr. Dre. He brought out Eminem, Snoop, and he brought out fucking 50 Cent.
No Super Bowl. He came out.
Neither could Kendrick. If you look at the video, Jay-Z, for one thing, is no longer going to be in charge of booking talent because also, if it wasn't this case, they're going to find something to take Jay-Z down. There's no way they're going to take down Epstein, but not Jay-Z. There's no way they're taking down Diddy without Jay-Z. However, Kanye's trying to get Diddy out of jail. So if he can get Diddy out, then maybe they won't go after Jay-Z. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I'm waiting to see. You know, but it does happen. If Kanye can influence him to letting Diddy out now, be honest with you, there is no evidence against Diddy. A domestic violence video of him beating up his girlfriend in an elevator lobby is not human trafficking or sex trafficking. So you can't conflate the two. So yeah, Diddy does have a strong argument. Jay-Z's case was thrown out. So what that means is that Busby's credibility is shot. 90% of the cases against Puff Daddy right now were by Busby. It's the same paradox you run into with R. Kelly. You have a bunch of stories and a bunch of people with no evidence, just talking. So it's the black person's paradox. Do you believe them because they're black? Or do you not believe them because there's no evidence? Does being black outweigh the demand or requirement for evidence when it comes to prosecuting a black person? It's a paradox. Now, in Jay-Z, in Puff Daddy, in R. Kelly's situation, they pretended to believe the victims because they wanted to take his publishing and take his freedom. Because he's in jail, he can't make money off of his work, and then they can take his publishing and take the rights to his music. But was R. Kelly convicted on evidence? No. R. Kelly was convicted under the RICO law. And you got to ask yourself, why would an R&B superstar who wrote "I Can Believe I Can Fly" that was played at every graduation in 1998, or what was that, 2003? Why do you need to use a RICO law against a celebrity that's not selling drugs or doing scams, but he's a singer that you're trying to accuse him of dealing with underage women, except you only charge him for having sex with a woman that was a grown adult, but he met her in one city and he took her on vacation to another city where he had a show. If that's a crime for R. Kelly, why is that not a crime for the rest of the American public? Everybody who's a man who meets pretty women is guilty of paying for somebody to fly to visit him, paying for an Uber to come visit him. Technically, according to the sentence where R. Kelly was convicted, if I meet, say I met you tonight, Quan, right? Me and you was at a bar and we were drinking and I liked you or whatever, and I called you and I said, hey, I want you to come see me. And you was like, all right, send me an Uber. If I sent you an Uber and you come over to my house and then we end up having sex, Quan, I'm guilty of whatever they charge R. Kelly with. Did you know that? Just because because if I pay for your Uber, it's trafficking. If I pay for your plane ticket, it's trafficking. Even if you consent and you're an above age person. That is not, but they only applied it to R. Kelly. They don't apply it to people they don't want to. So that's a form of control, is when you let everybody in the public know who's a man. I have something on you regardless, because we're all guilty of wanting to impress women and do nice things for women. So we're all guilty of it. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate were trying to charge them with something called the lover boy technique, where if you're buying a woman gifts and you're telling her you love her and you're being nice to her, you're convincing her that you love her so that she will have sex with you. That was what they were being charged with. It's called the lover boy method. So basically, if you get a woman to have sex with you because you're being nice to her, that's a criminal charge. But then everybody's wondering why a lot of these boys would rather just be gay or not infidel. It's called involuntary celibate. Incels, involuntary celibate. So incels. So that's why a lot of these young men don't even date women no more. You know, they were showing how Vegas is empty right now. There's no young men willing to show up to pay for sex. There's no young men willing to drive to Vegas and take girls out there who they want to have sex with, because having heterosexual sex has been discouraged so much the last few years that a lot of men are like, it's too risky. I want to meet her. I want to get to know her and know her name. But if I try to shake her hand, she can call me a predator, it's not worth it. So I gotta let it go. I can't even deal with it.
If they pay for it, nobody's gonna call you a predator.
That's not true. That's not true. Women who are sex workers are now making videos on the internet about their customers. I saw it with T.I. and his wife. Women who they paid for sex were coming up with videos saying, yeah, he stuck his foot in my mouth and she stuck her foot in my friend's ass and they made her suck their toes. And I'm like, with a gun? Or did they pay you and you you licked feces off his toes. Turns out he paid them for the whole fecal matter consumption fetish. There was no guns. Nobody forced him. Nobody punched, beat her up, or nothing. It was just them just being paid for sexual gratification. But they were trying to play victim and take T.I. and his wife down. The same thing is happening across the board. Every celebrity man better be quiet and never speak up, because there's somebody somewhere who you gave money to because you liked them and you wanted her to pay for a babysitter, buy some clothes, buy some shoes. Or you paid for a plane ticket, you paid for an Uber, or you bought a hotel room, you paid for her food, steak, first class, all the garnishments. You took her to Hawaii. Everybody with money of influence is guilty of trying to impress somebody of the opposite sex. The reason they put a lot of women in front of you to be in charge is because women are less likely to pay for sex. So they use women instead of men because men are easier to compromise, because we're the ones who are usually trying to impress women.
Rico, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I hear you. We have to continue this conversation another day, but I gotta go to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
Whatever, X.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Bye. Fuck her. No, I'm joking. She's cool. She's good people. But it's my ex, so what can I say? Safe and effective podcast. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going over. I'm scrolling through Instagram and I'm looking at all these different posts. And the problem isn't who is 40 years in the White House. The problem is who spends 30 to 40 years. You know what? Maybe we should put Trump in Congress. I think from now on, every conservative Republican politician should be voted into a congressional seat in a state that is conservative, or we should bring our policies in other states. Now that we can prove that there was fraud in California, we can prove that we can get rid of these laws that prevent election integrity, where we check your ID to make sure you actually live there and you're not voting twice. We should just put conservatives in these states and have them run from Congress so they can be there long term. If we're not going to have term limits, if we're going to have term limits, we can get rid of these people. But look at these. Look at Mitch McConnell. Look at Pelosi. Look at the queer in the middle. People don't know this. He's actually gay. And people don't know that about him. And, he aligns himself with black people because the blacks and the gays share a common enemy, which is the straight white man. They hate straight white men because when you get caught molesting children or robbing a liquor store or committing some kind of murder or rape, and if you get away with it, a straight white man's going to be knocking at your door with a whole team called the SWAT team of other straight white men that are going to come and arrest you and take you to justice. So gays and blacks have a common enemy, which is the straight white man, which is actually just the word accountability in the form of a human. And that's why he hates Trump. That's why they all do. Well, they're paid to hate Trump. Without being paid, they probably will love Trump. No fucking way. This scam artist, piece of shit criminal is a Delta. My ex-girlfriend is a Delta. Fuck. She learned how to hustle. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say Jasmine Crockett is ugly. She's just a communist that talks a certain way for money. I'll be honest. I don't think she's a communist. I think if you put her in a room with Trump and they had dinner, I'm sure she'd give him a BJ. I'm 100% sure she'd give Trump a BJ. She looks like the type. She doesn't have a husband. She's probably part-time gay because she's black. Look at her sorority sisters. Do you think any of these black women have a husband and children? Let's look at it. The only one that might have a husband and children is this one, because she's older than the cult. Apparently, the cult took over the black community around 2007, 2008. So that would have been when Obama took office. She was a Delta. I can say she was a Delta from the late 80s, mid 80s. She's probably in her 60s. My cousin is a Kappa, spring 93. She's definitely got to be, I don't know. I mean, she's a black woman. So let's say she's probably spring 87. Probably went to Howard. She has children. She's probably divorced, but she was married. The rest of them, no. Definitely not. There's no husband amongst them. Unless they all live in D.C. and they're just married to gay men, there's no husband. But if you go up, $2 million townhouse in Dallas, $1.5 million loft in Austin. Now, I own a $1.5 million house in Austin. So if she has a loft, that loft is bad. Fuck, that loft is badass. I live on the lake in Austin for 1.5. She lives in a loft. So that's downtown Austin. And I live in the hill country. I think hill country is better than downtown. However, if you're looking for nightlife, but I never bumped into her when I was in downtown partying in Austin. Maybe I should have. And it would have been crazy. She would have met me, hooked up with me, liked me, been all up on me or whatever a little bit. However, once she found out I was a conservative, Trump supporter, yada, yada, she would have still fucked with me, but she'd have been like, look, don't call out my grift. That's my hustle. I got to say all this because I need people that look like this, right, to vote for me and pretend that I ate when I said a bunch of weird bullshit on the internet, which is crazy. Who would she look good though? I'm on live. Look, you know, I don't really care for communists, but she's not even really a communist. She's obviously, by the looks of her portfolio, she's a capitalist. So that means, look at this, before she had the money. This when she had the heat. That's from the heat in Texas. You get those little heat bumps. That's having Texas heat. This is after she done got the money and she got a grift and she pretends that she hates the white man. But if you put her in a room with a white man with a steak and some Sauvignon, yeah, she gonna suck some. So, and look at her here. Ain't that the gay George Soros' son? That better not be Alex Soros. Is it? Is that Alex Soros? Let's see here. Let's see. What are the comments saying? How do you check the comments on Instagram? Shep. What the fuck is Shep? What? And this is our military. When I told you that our military was a bunch of gays and blacks because of the vax mandate, all the conservatives and the patriotic military soldiers who saw those mandates as being unconstitutional and illegal, they left the military, the best of the best, and the only people that stayed were the gays and the blacks. Everybody said I was wrong. Look at this fucking video. Obviously, I was right. But now, the straight white male conservatives who said no to the unconstitutional mandates are returning to the military. And these ones are now have something in their body that's going to eventually delete them. They're going to wake up one day, have an event, and they're not going to wake up the next day. And everyone's going to just be like, they're going to sweep it under the rug. You don't have no idea. These people were euthanized by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and their mandates for businesses with over 100 employees. He's a government employee. That is insane to me that nobody sees what this means. And I talked about it earlier on my Instagram page. What did I say on Instagram? Let's see what I said. Look at that. They keep flagging all my videos. Jesus Christ. Look at this. This is what you got to do. You have to go down to where it says more. And then you have to go report a problem. No, not that. You got to go to settings. You got to go to help. And then you got to go support requests, violations. Sorry about that. Bacon is at work. Bacon, come on, come here. Bacon is up. Is my foster? Come here. He's my foster guy, and his owner passed, and he needed somewhere to stay, so he's staying with me. So he's guarding the house right now. He thought it's raining outside. He heard some noise. He was asleep, and it startled him, so he wanted to go kick some ass. Bacon, you did a good job. Okay, good boy, good guy. So this is what happens if you're Rico on Instagram. You get everything's violated. You have to come in here. You have to request a review for every single thing on Instagram. Every day, every single post you make, everything you have to come through here to violations. This is for the live that I had earlier. It's violated. And look, see options. I said that if you're a Democrat, you smoke crack, which is true. If you're still voting Democrat, you're obviously a crack smoker. After what you've seen, it's not like nothing about how you feel. What did you see? What have you learned the last few years? And you see it. And look, it's not even letting me do a request. I usually do this from my phone, but see options, request a review. You spam the request button. Now on your phone, it's a lot easier. So that's Jasmine Crockett's friend, actually, who's a crackhead. Not to say I don't have crackhead friends. I'm pretty sure some of my friends smoke some rocks. But this is Jasmine Crockett's friend. If you go to Safe and Effective Podcast or any of my other pages, you'll see this is the guy. He's actually the mayor. This is Khalid Kamal, who is the mayor of South Fulton in Georgia, South Fulton County. I believe that's his jurisdiction. So what else did they block? ICE. I shared that there's somebody sharing maps of ICE, which is a crime to evade anybody involved in criminality, which we have our land of laws. I don't like people that break those types of laws. If you're a jaywalker, I don't care if you're doing little small stuff, whatever. But this is humans. If you're protecting humans that traffic other humans, you're literally protecting human traffickers. So you're my enemy. I don't like people like that. Look, son, the people who want to castrate kids think Trump and Elon are going too far, which is a very good critique of what people are saying. And those are the same people, exact same people that were saying it. She's one of the people that was saying that as well. She has no husband, no kids. I'm telling you, you guys don't see the pattern, or you don't want to acknowledge the pattern. There is one. These black women have been weaponized against the Republic of the United States by the World Economic Forum, who funds them. They fund them through NGOs sponsored by ESG initiatives, and they funnel it out through DEI scholarships. And that's where a lot of these people get their funding and their money. Who knew? They knew because they're up on top of the hustle. Who knew that USAID, right, AID, if you would have just like drafted up an invoice for like $500,000 and sent it to them, they would have just paid it. Now, I'm not saying that's the good way to do government, but I'm like this. If the government was just giving out money like that to regular people, there'd be a lot less protests Matter of fact, if I saw a Black Lives Matter protest in front of the White House, I put on my best Bruce Lee ninja outfit, and I would go out there and I would whoop ass. And I would pay mercenaries to go out there and whoop ass with me, because who are you guys to come out here and talk about my government that's giving me all this money? We'd fight for the government tooth and nail. That's why you see these black people like her and Crockett, they're fighting for the government tooth and nail because they're in on the hustle and they're getting that monies. They're getting papered out, getting guapped out. Community note: this is an AI generated video. No such campaign and t-shirts exist. I know. I'm talking about the Kanye video. I know this is AI. Drake, that's kidding. Seinfeld's not that fit. This guy is definitely this gay. This guy is definitely an AI, and this is that's Borat. What? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's David Swimmer from Friends. This is what he looked like 25 years ago. Friends was on when I was in elementary school. There's no way he's still. So obviously it's AI generated. It's crazy. I guess AI can keep you young forever. Netanyahu murdered 30K babies in a year. Kanye murdered 0 babies. Love Netanyahu. Fuck Kanye. That's Woody Allen, who married his adopted daughter. I don't trust your logic, brother. I just don't. I just don't. People don't know, people I know don't know the difference between a Zionist and a Israeli. And they don't know the difference between an Israeli and a Jew. And that's just because it's all brand new. Once upon a time, to be Jewish was a religious denomination. Once they took the land in 1948, Jews became a people and not just a religion. Zionists were an offset of the religion that separated, where they believe in having a homeland and world domination, but they don't believe in the religious restraints that the Torah holds. So the Zionists are Israelis, but they're not Jewish, but they live in Israel. People don't understand this. Jewish people and Zionists are diametrically opposed to one another. They just both inhabit the area of Palestine, Israel right now, but they're different. The Zionists actually they hide behind Jewish people. Zionists hide behind the Holocaust. That's why you can't hold them accountable, because once you try to, they call you anti-Semitic. Only the Zionists use that term, and people don't understand it. So, replay this video, clip it, share it with your friends if you want to understand how that works. Simply spray and wipe away, clean Zionist bullshit in seconds, remove lies and deceit, revealing the truth to all. You know what else was a Zionist lie that we never heard? That the mustache man was putting people in camps that were targeting children, and pedos, and perverts. Before 1933, Germany was a center of the LGBT plus community and culture, with several renowned organizations serving and supporting trans and gender non-conforming people. Mustache Man's government, however, brutally targeted that community, who targeted children, deporting many trans people to concentration camps. And that's all I need to read before I would just go ahead and say I like it. I like it a lot. That's all I need to read. However, they brutally targeted that community and put them in camps. That's all I need to hear. I'm sold. You don't have to, the rest of this, you don't got to keep selling me. Shut up and just take my money. I agree with it. Everybody else doesn't agree, or do they? This is a girl, my ex-girlfriend was on the phone just now, mentally ill, complete BLM, thinks she's a victim, even though her skin is whiter than any white person I've ever met in my life. But even she was saying, I'm not with the whole mutilating kids stuff. But that's what it takes to be a good Democrat. She couldn't do it. She couldn't. She just couldn't bring herself to go along with it, you know? It's a lot of history that we don't know, and they misdirected the anger towards the wrong people. We hate the heroes, and we give no information to the worst people that did the biggest atrocities on earth. Nobody talks about King Leopold, but they want you to hate the mustache man. And what did he do? The same thing that we all want to do. Put this community in concentration. They target kids. Nobody likes a molester. Nobody likes groomer. We don't like it. We don't. As men, our job has always been to protect children from these right here. If we can't do that, then are we men? Nobody told us there was a transgender and gay society in Germany targeting children in the 1930s. And the mustache man did what anybody would have done. He just had a cool mustache. I can say that's my opinion. My opinion. The Third Sex, which was printed in Weimar, Germany back in 1930 to 1932. Again, you're looking up Weimar. You're pronouncing it wrong. It's not Weimar. I speak German. In German, we don't have a double U. We have a double V. So it's Weimar, Germany, not Weimar. It's Weimar. You're mispronouncing the word. The Third Sex, which was printed in Weimar, Germany, 1930 to 1932. We also recommend historian Jake Newsom's series, LGBTQ Stories from the Holocaust, which nobody has ever magically mentioned that there was a fucking gay and trans community in the fucking Holocaust. But I'm supposed to just go ahead and glance over that. Bacon, come here. Bacon. Okay. Come here. You want to meet people? Come here, Bacon. Come here. This is Bacon, by the way. Come here, Bacon. Okay. Bacon, go to bed. Go back to sleep. This is Bacon. Eventually, he's going to go to a home, but he's crashing with me in the meantime. He's protecting the house. He's doing a really good job. I'm yelling on a podcast in the middle of the night. My other ex-girlfriend's on the way over here. We're going to still go drink and party, whatever. But until she gets here, I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. It's barely midnight, so it's not too late. But I hate the fact that nobody ever told me until I moved to Germany that this is what the fuck was going on. Who knew? I didn't know. I didn't know. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot this. No, right here. Right here. This sentence right here. I'll take both of these. I had no freaking idea. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna post this on my Instagram. Create dash select from computer. Download. I don't know. Where do my pictures go? Let's see here. Let's see. Where do they go when I screenshot? Let's see here. Print screen. Okay. So share. Let me go ahead and share this. Okay. Now what do I do? Save. No. Save it and download. Screenshot. Save it as a JPEG. Okay. So let's go here. Screenshot. Let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and do it right there. Let's save it. Let's do it. No filter. What pages are we going to share this to? We'll share it to, I wanted to share it to all pages, but let's go ahead and share it. This is going on the Safe and Effective podcast, so you guys can see what I'm sharing. Matter of fact, I'm going to share it on X, and I would share it on TikTok, but they fucking banned me. Nobody knows why. Wink. But let's go ahead and save it. Nobody knew why. I'm the only person in my family or my group of friends that's going to tell people that the Holocaust was made up of mainly trans and gay pedophiles and the people that supported them. Basically, the people we would call Democrats and the supporters that are like, yeah, cut off those testicles, mutilate those children, give them double mastectomies. Mutilation is healthcare. Those same people are the ones who were sent to the camps. And they should have been. I agree with the fuck out of it. What's he talking about?
And I want to broaden it a little bit more because my experience as a CASA is not just sexual abuse. In fact, most of it's not abuse. And I'll just remember one of my little Emma, whose parents mistreated her so bad that she ended up in Children's Hospital with organ failure. And some of the therapy she got early on, she said
her parents treated her so bad she got organ failure. What do you mean?
Me one day, she said, my mom didn't treat me right. She shouldn't have done that. And she didn't know that. She was starved essentially. And so I would want our training for children to be broader than just don't touch these body parts or hear the proper terms. But what's appropriate, even for parents.
What the fuck are you talking about? She wants to brighten it past. You're not even focused on you. So you want to skip over the molestation and the abuse from adult. Now look at her. She's a white woman, a white liberal with a short haircut, kind of Ellen DeGeneres, wearing a blazer. She has her own problems. And we're sending kids to schools that she's the head of the Board of Education. Which is why they wanted to fight us so hard on the funding of the Department of Education. Completely insane, utterly insane.
I want to train children, and I want to broaden it a little bit more because my experience as a CASA is not just sexual abuse. In fact, most of it's other kind of abuse. And I'll just remember one of my little Emma, whose parents mistreated her so bad that she ended up in Children's Hospital with organ failure. And some of the therapy she got early on, she said to me one day, she said, my mom didn't treat me right. She shouldn't have done that. And she didn't know that. She was starved essentially. And so I would want our training for children to be broader than just don't touch these body parts or hear the terms. But what's appropriate, even for parents. So I want to say that. I just want to highlight the need to train children, and I want to broaden it a little bit.
So this is Jasmine Crockett and her crackhead friend, cute dog. She got a little body. Yeah. Jasmine Crockett would get smacked. She'd get smashed, bro. Why am I looking? She's cute. The cute little bitch. She's a cutie. Damn it, Jasmine Crockett. Your crackhead friend. She likes crackheads. I don't smoke crack. I don't even smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. I couldn't even she got a little fupa too. Awesome. She ain't spending money on surgery. She's spending it. But her face is small. Lucky. if I eat anything I'm not supposed to, it hits me in the face. But some people, they say skinny, their body just explodes. And this is her wearing. But her friend's smoking crack, so he's obviously in good shape. Him and Hunter are the epitome of health.
To say, hey, I have a Jewish attorney, I have a Jewish record label, I have a Jewish contract.
Oh God, Kanye's lying about our overrepresentation. Quick, let's use our overrepresentation to shut it down. Media. Nepotism, blackmail, Jewry. I was combined. Jews.
It's funny. They named everything out and they said, we combined to jewelry. And I was like, wait a minute. Don't blacks love to buy jewelry? They just said jewelry. Is it jewelry and jewelry the same thing, or jewelry and jewelry? I don't know. I think it's all jewelry. Jewelry. Everything's awesome. And Kanye loves, well, he don't wear it, but he doesn't wear jewelry anymore. Look at him. No chains, no watches, no jewelry. So it's not jewelry. It's not based on jewels. It's based on the people selling it, Jews. Jewelry. Crazy. They call it jewelry duty. Isn't that weird? So, I'm not even making this up. Sam Bankman-Fried, Epstein, Chuck Schumer. That's fucking amazing. Whoever made this. Who is this? What is Java here talking about?
That's so funny. This one guy called me gorgeous. Maybe a minute later, my mom goes, "Oh my God, those other two guys were just looking at you." I was like, "Mom, it's okay." And she was like, "They called you mommy." And I was like, "Yeah, Mom, that's the way that people say. It's fine." But I guess I didn't hear them, so my mom told me about it. But there was this one guy in particular who was like wanting to buy me drinks, and he was like following me around everywhere because I like to go to different machines. He couldn't stop hugging me. He even gave me $20 for my machine. Like, it's fine. At first I thought it was like friendly, it was fine, okay, cool. Then he started saying things like, "I like you a lot," like looking at me like that. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I'll be honest. Men do fuck fat women. I have a good friend of mine. I'm not going to say his names, but I will say his initial, CD. I've known him to fuck a fat bitch, or fuck a fat chick, or a heavy set one, or two, or three, or six. But so I can't just say she's lying, because if every man had standards, then you wouldn't see a bunch of big chicks like this with black kids. I mean, with mixed, I don't know, what do you call them? Mixed kids. You don't see a lot of big white women with white kids like this, no. But these bottom barrel black men will, get anything pregnant. That's how it goes. So this is how their baby mama looks. Kids will be cute. Your daughter might look like Brittany Renner, but she will be disgusting morally. Beautiful girl, that's a 304. So you have a really pretty 304 daughter. This will be the mom. So you just gotta, it just depends. What's important? Is your daughter cute, or is she gonna be moral? Is your daughter gonna be pretty, or is she gonna be a Democrat? Is your daughter gonna be pretty, or is she gonna be a communist? She hates her country. She's gonna want to associate herself with being a slave and the bottom of the barrel, because that's what's popular in the American culture. It's a weird dynamic. But you gotta be careful who you breed with. What the hell is she talking about?
There's no reason for you guys to be making this face when I walk by. I see you doing that, and it makes me feel like shit. So not only am I smelling like shit, I'm feeling like shit.
Whoa. Why do you smell like shit?
I know I don't wipe my ass, and it stinks when I walk past you in public.
Why don't you wipe your ass? You got glasses on. You kind of look like Bill Nye, the science guy's daughter. Why would Bill Nye? Or is she trolling? Oh, this is that racist page. Exposed racism.
What did you do? fucking mother bloody fuck bitch. Bitch, you fuck you fucking bloody bastard. Bitch, you bloody. You bastard. Bloody no.
This is how I imagine all arguments in the UK sound like. If you're in London, this is what an argument is going to sound like. The post contains an ad for gambling site Stake. This violates X's ad policies for gambling content. That's funny. Yeah, back to what I was talking about earlier. Depending on what website I'm on, I can't really talk about it, but this is what I said this means. You're all not understanding what this is. Think of the lack of integrity and disdain it took for the Constitution of our nation. It took for those who stayed. What I'm saying is that anybody who stayed in the military, when they had the mandates where you do it or you get kicked out, if you didn't just say, you know what, kick me out and stand for the Constitution and your Bill of Rights, and you stayed and complied, then you don't deserve to be a soldier. You should have said no to those illegal and unlawful orders and unconstitutional orders. The people that did not care about the Constitution, they only cared about the money part because they're either black or they're gay and they wanted to get the surgery paid for and free housing and the money, they stayed. And look at the quality of the people that are in our military. Now that we're bringing back the conservatives and those who complied are slowly but surely all passing to another realm, you understand that our military ranks and our police ranks were purified. You don't think, I hope you don't believe those shots were for nothing. They were for something. And one day you're going to wake up and find out what it was, but it'll be sooner than later. I'm only being this in non-specific because I'm on YouTube right now. I'm also on Instagram, but I don't want the pages to get flagged. So I'm trying to be friendly, but that's what that post means. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. They told me to give me some free faxes if I share it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to support you guys. Just saying, a Russian passport found at the Chernobyl nuclear site where recent attacks happened. Basically saying how on 9/11, those buildings collapsed and melted, but they found passports of hijackers, which was impossible. It doesn't make sense. Those hijackers could have just been patrons in the building that day. Why are they jumping? Why they come from an airplane? They could have came from anywhere.
Time to leave, or you got to be subject to trespass and be arrested. I gave you the warning before you came in. Get in while you're here. Leave, folks.
Unless these kids are illegals, they understood those commands in English. Let's see how it goes.
Time to go. I'm not going back in. Who just touched it?
Now, this is a kid, black hoodie with gray straps. The police tell him do not go back in. He's already been officially, this is him being officially trespassed right now by the I guess they're at a Waffle House or a store and the police. You got your food. Why don't you get the fuck out of there? Leave. You have your food. You don't own the place. You have no right to still stay there and loiter after you received your food. You're not sitting down to eat it. They gave you the option: sit down and eat or leave. You wanted to break the law. No parental. That's why I said this is poor parenting. I know my race, nigga. I know this and this, nigga. That means you have no mother. You have no father. You have people that had sex and gave birth, but they didn't raise you. They didn't teach you. They didn't train you. They didn't prepare you for the world. They just threw you to the wolves. And guess what? The wolves are going to eat.
Watch your fucking mouth. You have to go. All the cruises in the city are coming. If you're not sitting down, it's time to go. You're under arrest. What? You're under arrest.
Okay. He understands why he's under arrest. The straps, the black hoodie, he put his hood on. Same kid that he trespassed earlier that they're going to try to pretend that he did. You have to get manhandled when you want to handle people in general. He is not a baby. He is a man. He doesn't want to cooperate. He wants to go to jail. Take him to jail. We build jails for certain people. He wants to now fight with police, and he will lose this fight. We're a nation of laws. If you don't like laws, get the fuck out and move to Africa. Maybe in Ghana, they don't have laws, or in Kenya or Nigeria, or whatever. In the United States, we do have laws. If you don't like laws and you don't agree with them, you don't like how it works here, leave. Leave. If you feel like this country's racist and oppressive, that means you must like racism and oppression because you won't fucking leave. Leave. When you have no parents, that's how you talk and that's how you live. I shared this earlier. It's funny. They are not the same. I did not elect him, talking about RFK, Elon Musk starter pack. We have Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, Noel Yuval Harari, Klaus Schwab, George Soros. This is not Jamie Dimon, I don't think. This is, I think he's from the IMF. I don't know who this fuck is, but this is George Soros' gay son that was in that picture with Jasmine Crockett. These are not people that you elected, but they're the ones who, let's be honest, they injected the black and gay population of the world. Primarily, that's what they went after. And they're all being deleted. But it's awkward to me because Fauci's gay. Noel Harari is gay. Klaus Schwab is gay. George Soros, even though he has a son, I believe he's gay as well. So now that's already 4 that we know are gay for sure. Bill Gates is on the fence. Was Jeffrey Epstein hooking him up with little girls or was he hooking him up with little boys? Zuckerberg, we don't know. We don't know. The IMF guy, we don't know. And this fucker, we don't know. And this guy, it said he has a girlfriend that used to be in politics. I don't know. He also could be gay. People don't understand. Gay people have kids too, but not enough. That's why you can't replenish their society. They got to recruit your kids because they don't have their own. None of these people are elected. And Elon Musk is also not elected, but he's doing what he works at the discretion of the president. He's doing his job, which was asked. And he doesn't want any money for it. He's exposing corruption. He's not saving information, but who knows what he's doing.
Afghanistan getting the money. And that money I just mentioned, the $697 million is on top of, and is in addition to the weekly to every 10-day shipments in cash of $40 to $80 million.
So apparently they send 40 to 80 million in cash every week to the Taliban in Afghanistan, and we don't know. While people are out here trying to get loans so they can build up our country, the government just gives out money to random people in other parts of the world, and there's no accountability, which doesn't make sense. Now, if I would have just sit here and say the government should just give everybody random money, that's communism. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if somebody comes to the government, they have a business plan, they have a project, they want to basically expand on something or do something so they can open up and do something constructive for the country, or at least for the city they're living in, they should have to go through less hurdles to jump through to get it approved to get the money. They're giving out money to people that have no credit score, no way for you to get the money back, no history, no nothing. But over here in the U.S., we got to have all these types of things to make sure we're credit worthy. I'm sure the Taliban and Al Qaeda, they're not credit worthy, and ISIS doesn't have a score. What's ISIS score? 650, 630? Makes no sense. And they're just willy-nilly giving out our money. Oh, this is a good video. This video is showing Russia and how once the Russians found out that there is a barrier about 70 miles up called the firmament, they gave up all their hopes of and ambitions of going into space because now they know space is fake. They let the Americans deceive their population. The Russians didn't want to play along with it. They do get some money pretending they're going to the space station with their rockets, but it seems like they might have muscled NASA into going along with it, or by threatening to expose the whole scam and blow it all up. And that's why you have to take a Suez rocket, allegedly, to the space station that might not even be there or isn't there. And this is what long-term exposure to Trump derangement syndrome without treatment, and this is what it will turn you into. This right here is formerly Antonio Banderas. And we're gonna leave those. We're gonna leave with Antonio Banderas. Like and subscribe to the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Rumble. I'm gonna go have some drinks. My date's gonna be here in a second. She just texted me, so I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll go over some more stuff. Thank you, and remember, tell Klaus Schwab to go to hell in the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization. Cheers.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.